Hello, online crew. If you are a network marketer or a social seller, you're in an MLM business, this message is for you today specifically. I've had an interesting week. Some of you would be aware that I've just come back from being in America for 3 weeks, and I've been hit hard by a couple of things this week that have not necessarily been planned, but it is what it is. One of those things is that I've come down with COVID since coming back from America. I just thought I had some sore muscles on Monday from teaching my class at the gym, but it turns out it was much more than that. And I'm still recovering from that. I'm not feeling any worse than I was sort of yesterday or the day before. So I'm hoping that I'm coming out the other side of it. The other thing that I've been struggling with, which I've only shared on my stories, so I haven't shared it on my personal profile or anywhere else, and I may do yet. I'm still deciding, but I've shared the journey of me finding out that I've got COVID, but also what's been happening to my face. Now I'm covered in makeup, so you probably, unless you're aware, which some of you will be and some of you won't necessarily think that anything's wrong with the way that I kind of look. But if you look really closely, I have got a lot of makeup on covering some pretty bad. Can you see the red lines down here and here? You might not be able to see it as well on Instagram, but definitely like that is covered, absolutely covered with makeup. And that's because I've got pretty bad bruising on my skin. The reason for that, I only shared in my stories, and some people are aware of that and some people aren't. But short version of that is, so I guess I'll just share a little bit of the story here. I've suffered with psoriasis since my 20s. So I had eczema as a kid, and I had a huge stress when I was in my 20s, and it came out in my skin. And I had it for years, pretty badly. I've been in hospital in and out in UV booths. So it's called UVB, not UVA. So it's a safe UV light, but it takes you longer to get dressed and undressed than you actually stand in the booth. You don't stand in there very long, but that's really good for psoriasis. I've been on cancer medication called methotrexate for it. Like I've done it all. Now, over the last kind of 5 years or so, and especially weight loss journey, cleaning up my act, clean eating, a lot of our health issues and inflammation come from the inside, not the outside. I don't actually have psoriasis anymore anywhere, not even on my elbows or my knees, or which is the typical spots for it. But over that 20 years, I've been using a steroid-based cream on a lotion on my scalp. And even though I don't really suffer from psoriasis anymore when I stop using the lotion, because I've used a steroid based medication for 20 years, it has an adverse reaction. So, what that does for me is, intense sort of itchiness, and I get a rash on my face. So, I keep using it because I don't want the effects of it. Anyway, long story cut short is the use of this cream has not only created this secondary effect, it's thinned my skin. If you know anything about steroid-based medications, it's and there's a point to all of this that relates to network marketers and our industry and being a human before a marketer, so bear with me. It's thinned my skin to the point where for the last kind of probably almost a year, I can go to bed at night with nothing on my face and wake up with a massive big red mark on my face through bruising underneath the skin. My skin is that thin, unfortunately. So I'm working with specialists that are trying to help me thicken up my skin and deal with this secondary issue that I now have from using steroid-based medications. So I had a skin treatment done on Tuesday, I think it was, and if you've seen the photos in my stories, it's pretty bad how my skin sort of reacted, okay? So I spoke to my VIP students about that earlier this week, and I'm like, I think I need to share that as a warning for steroid-based medications, whatever. But I'm a bit nervous to be that raw and real about what's happening with my face, because that's pretty pretty nerve-wracking putting your face out there when it's kind of looks like this. But I did, and it's been very interesting to say the least. Here's my message. So that's the background. Here's the message. There is a huge element of network marketing I don't like. And what I'm about to share with you is kind of that reason. What I have a hard time with in our industry is picking up the pieces and trying to have to constantly convince everybody that we have a good industry when people are so damn spammy about the products that they have or the business that we're in. And when you find out somebody's left a company or something's gone wrong with a company, people jump all over those people about their company, and the same with health reasons. So somebody finds out something that's wrong with them health-wise, and they jump all over them with their products. So the disappointing thing for me this week is the amount of people that have jumped all over me with products that they want to sell me when they haven't really understood the full issue unless they saw my original stories. Am I making sense to you guys? I, to my core in this industry, will always build being a human before a marketer. Care about people first before you try to sell them your stuff. I'm also had a lot of messages of really genuine kind of care and concern and bringing in things that they're using that they obviously believe in, and they've done it in a really respectful way. So I've had all sorts this week. The main thing that stands out, and here's, part of the big message that I want to share with you. When you are a human before a marketer, people notice that. When you care, people notice that. We're just talking about this on a team meeting I had with my network marketing team just before. When people know that you genuinely care, they will genuinely care about what it is that you have as a business or as a product or as a business model. Does that make sense? So when you genuinely show care and concern first, then they'll start to listen to you about your products or your business opportunity that you are in. When you jump all over people, when you find out something's wrong, like either in their business opportunity or health-wise, and you just jump in so quickly to go, oh, have you heard about these products? Or I use these products, you should try that, without genuinely trying to understand what the actual issue is in the first place, it gives the whole industry a bad look and a bad name. Do you get that? Do you agree with that? So I'm sharing this because I say constantly here, it doesn't take much to stand out from the crowd and let people know that you care. Through only sharing my story of having COVID and the bruises on my face in my stories, I can see everybody that's seen those stories. So I know who's also seeing it and not caring and concerning or showing concern about what I'm going through at the moment and how I'm feeling, because they're watching, looking, lurking. And there are millions of people that will watch, look, and learn and never say a thing. Do you know how easy it is for you to stand out on social media when you show care and concern for people? So one, don't ignore it. And I'm not asking for you to reach out to me about what I'm going through. It's not what this is all about. But people notice when you do and when you don't, like stand out when you don't share care and concern or like for the right or the wrong reasons. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? I think one of the downfalls of our industry is people are so quick to want to get the sale or to get people to join them in their team that they forget to be a human before a marketer. So I know if I stood in front of you physically, in person, without all this makeup on covering the bruising on my face, that you would probably show me care and concern as a human being, wouldn't you? But yet in social media, people will look at shitty things people are going through and either not say a word or jump too quickly about the products that they want to sell them as the solution for it, which they would never do that if they were standing with me in person. Like if you were standing next to me in person, the first thing you would say to me would not be to turn around and try to sell me your stuff. I guarantee it. So don't do it on social media. If I can share anything to help you grow your businesses faster, stand behind being a human before a marketer. Don't forget to be who you are as a human being on social media like you would. Like, think to yourself, would I do that or say that or act like that if I was standing in front of that person personally? So think of the messages that you send people. Would you say that to somebody in person if they were standing in front of you? Sometimes on social, like, people shoot messages through to people, and they're so spammy that you just wouldn't say half the things. Well, some people in this industry, I know they wouldn't say half the things that they say on social media if they were standing in front of the person personally. I know I'm on a bit of a rant, but it just really disappoints me, not only for me, but for the industry at large. The industry has a bad rap with a lot of people. And the reason that they don't like the industry or they bash the industry is because people are really spammy. And I've been subject to that this week, and it's disappointing when you genuinely share and you get vulnerable. And honestly, like 90% of people are awesome. It's only the small percentage of people that aren't. But yeah, do yourself a favor on social media as you would as a human being in person, and always be a human and show care and concern for somebody or what they need, because not everybody needs what you sell. Not everybody needs your business. Like I constantly say, people walk into shops every single day, retail shops, and they walk out. They don't buy anything. And that's completely okay. And the shop assistant doesn't cry or get upset or want to close the doors on their shop because the person walked in, had a little bit of a look, and walked out again. Your business is no different online if you're building majority online. You'll message people, people will look at your business, people will look at your products, and they won't buy. Maybe the timing's not right for them. Maybe they'll buy in 3 months or 6 months or 12 months because they've been following you for a while and you're consistent with your message and what you help people with. This is the whole branding piece. Who do you help and what do you help them with, and how consistent are you with that messaging? When you're not consistent with that messaging, don't expect to sell, heaps of your stuff. Some people might not even know what it is that you actually sell because you're not vocal enough about it. But always do it with care and concern. Okay? I don't know how this message is going to be perceived. I just hope you understand what I'm trying to share, with how important it is. You can speed up the results of your business if you actually truly care about people. And it doesn't take that much to stand out from the crowd of everybody else in network marketing in this industry when you actually truly care about people before you care about the sale. If you are really good at what you do, you're really good at your branding. And by the way, I am starting, this wasn't a branding conversation, but I am starting the next round of my branding course next Monday. If that's something that you need help with, go to helenmartinonline.com/branding and see if that's a good fit for you. Maybe that's something that you need to sort out. But when you're really dialed in with who you help and what you help them with, and you talk about that rather than what it is that you actually sell, you'll probably sell more of your stuff. Okay? I'm going to leave it there. I've had my rant. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. It's just, I find it extremely disappointing in our industry when people jump so bloody quickly on people when something is wrong and it's all about the sale. It's not about caring about a human being. Okay. It's the utmost thing that I believe is important. Do you agree? Like, for those of you listening live or on the replay, do you agree that, the human relationship, we're in a relationship business. We're all trying to sell our products. We're all trying to grow our businesses, but there is a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. The wrong way to do it is difficult for all of us trying to do it the right way through attraction marketing strategies and being a human before a marketer, because it just gives the industry a bad name. So if you are being taught by your uplines to message 100 people, cold messaging them about, what it is that you have, I still get that. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you have received messages from people just trying to cold message you their stuff or their business opportunity. There is no care factor in that whatsoever. And that's the wrong way to build online. You can stand out from everybody else in the crowd by truly being a nice human being. We are in a relationship business, whether people see that or not. We're in a relationship business. So when people connect with you as a human being first, you'll sell more of your stuff. Okay, the money will come. But make sure you know who you're serving and what you're serving, what problems you solve. And when you know that to your core, like your branding, then that's going to help you as well, and you're consistent with that message. Okay, I'll get off my bandwagon now. This is one person agrees with me. Jen agrees with me. Thank you for sharing that with me, Jen. I appreciate that. So I'm going to leave on that note. I'm going to try to rest over the weekend and knock this COVID on the head, and hopefully come back with more energy, feeling 100%, and getting back into the swing of the things all next week. So have an amazing weekend. This is my last live video of the week, so I will look forward to seeing you with a brighter frame of mind and hopefully more energy, no COVID, next week. I'll catch you then.